Hi, everybody. This is Norm DeVay, and I'm the Vice President of Community Relations here at Copa Health. And this is the Copa Roundup for Friday, July 15th. That's right. We're halfway through July. We're over halfway through the year. This year is just going by so quickly, but I love it when the summer goes by quickly because the heat down here in Arizona is just a bit hard to take. So, hey, today we've got a good friend of mine who has been with the organization for quite a long time. Starr Williams joining us, and Starr is the intake specialist for the Village program. And I think a lot of times she does work out at the West Village. But Starr, how are you doing today?
Hi, Norm. I'm good. Thanks for having me.
No, it's always a pleasure to have you. You do so many cool things. Starr actually volunteers a lot with events and things that we put on, and just always so fun to see you, Starr, and the things that you're doing. So, hey, can you tell everybody, just for those who don't know you or don't know you that well, how long you've been with Copa, how you came to be with Copa, and what your current role is?
Well, I have been with Copa Health now for 9 years, just celebrated my anniversary in June. I started off with one of the DDD programs, Courtney's Place, who used to operate under our licenses. They've separated from us now. That role I started kind of from the ground floor up, and I left there as a manager before I moved over into the BHS department. And I've been with BHS now for, I think, about 5 of those years, and started off at the floor there and kind of worked my way up into this intake specialist. So I've managed to create a job that gives me a lot of freedom. So I do the intakes for not only the East Village, but the West Village and the 2 gyms that are associated with that. And that allows me to be the first point of contact. So the members tend to make a connection with me right off just because I am the first person they see. And so luckily, we have offices where they can kind of come in and out, and they get to say hi, and they come to me for programming, they come to me for personal reasons. So I really do have a great rapport with our members, being the intake specialist.
Well, Starr, you were not the first person that I met at Copa, but I still made a connection with you. I think you don't give yourself enough credit. I think it's you they make the connection with. You may be the first point of reference for them, but you do just such a great job out there. So I understand, and I know you said you're intake specialist for the Village program. That includes East and West Side and the gyms. But I understand there's some new things going on the West Side. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so we've got a new location. We're calling it Cambridge. And they bought a building. They pretty much gutted it and built it from the ground up on the inside. It's so beautiful and bright and clean and happy. You walk in, we have a reception area. That's one of the things that the new building has created, an opportunity for our members to kind of work on some skills, and they do some reception work, answering phone and greeting people when they come in. Then you come into a beautiful bright blue wall. I made some paintings for the wall that have our core values. So that's kind of one of the first things you get to see too. They're really colorful and pretty. It's a great community room, an amazing kitchen. We got 2 stoves and 2 dishwashers and like 3 refrigerators, and it's so pretty. And the members get to come in and they get to have some coffee, and they have this great community amongst themselves, and they socialize and they ask each other what they've been doing over the weekend. And it's become where they even talk to each other on the phone when they're not at program. So it's an amazing place. The members definitely have helped create that sense of community there.
Yeah, along with the peer support program, I think the Village program is just so powerful. It really brings together so much of the things that we do out in the clinics or employment related, or even in our residential programs. But the Village is kind of something that just brings people together and gets them excited to be out in the world again. And I know that a lot of that is the stuff that you do. So you mentioned art, and I know that you're becoming a little bit famous here throughout the organization for the artwork that is happening there. But can you tell us a little bit more about that effort?
Yeah, so somehow the word got out, or I started doing some, small art projects to help fill in, because like I was saying, this job has allowed me to kind of spread my wings a little bit. So I wear a few different hats, and art teacher has become one of those hats. And it started off just doing it once a week at each location. So I alternated. So I was doing 4 classes a week. And it was kind of the concept of like a sip and paint. So I would stand in front of the group, and I would work from an inspiration piece, and I would paint, and then the members would follow along. And so it would be step-by-step instructions, and it'd be so funny. They'd see the picture that we were going to do, and they'd be like really intimidated or think, oh, I can't do that. And I'm like, trust me, you're going to be able to do it. I'm going to show you step by step. And, most, I would say 99% of them have never done art. And so they come in and, once you do come to the villages and you see some of the artwork there, you would be amazed at how well and how beautiful some of this artwork comes out. And we're also trying to incorporate some other mediums. So we've done clay, and we've done a little bit of paper mache, a little bit of, pottery stuff. So we're expanding and growing as it goes along, but it's really fun. And it's given me an opportunity to use some of my talents at work. So.
Yeah, I can't tell you how heartwarming it is to hear that, because first of all, you've got many talents, and art is just one of them. But it really, really makes a difference when people feel confidence in completing something like a piece of art. Like you said, they might come in feeling a little bit leery, like, how are we going to do that? But when you show them, all of a sudden they realize, and I'm sure that confidence just transfers into other things that they're doing, whether it's their recovery or employment, or anything they're trying to do in life. Some of them are going through education and trying to get more education. So I think that's fabulous, Starr.
Thank you. Yeah, it is. And it does create a confidence, and they're very proud when they get done and they get to show it off, and or take it home and, show their family. I can remember one of our members, she would gift her pieces. And then she said in return, like, they would give her all these art supplies because they were so grateful for the art piece. And it's like, that's so cool. So.
Well, I think you know this now because we were talking about it earlier, but our theme for this year's Copa Cares Gala 2022 is Pour Your Art Out. And we have an art theme, and I'm hoping that we can wrangle you into doing a little work for that with your members out there at the Village program.
I'm so excited about that. Yes, certainly have done some of this stuff in the past, and it's a lot of fun, and it's really personable to give something that a member made with their hands, as for instance, a thank you gift. And it definitely will hit home with art being the theme.
Yeah, I think that is fantastic. You could send me some pictures of the stuff, and Linda and I will promote it out there in the social media community and other communities, and let people see all the great work that you're doing. So thank you, Starr, so much for being on today. You doing okay?
Yeah, absolutely, doing great. I'm loving working out of the 2 different locations, so I get to interact with lots of different staff and members and having fun.
Well, that is fantastic. Hey, everybody, that is our Copa Roundup for this week, ending Friday, July 15th. Okay, everybody, I've got one more announcement. We're going to be making some changes to the Copa Roundup. For the last couple of years, actually 2.5 years, we've been doing the Copa Roundup nearly every week. It was driven by the fact that many of us were having to stay inside. We were dealing with COVID, but we're going to be moving the Copa Roundup now to once a month. So this is the last weekly episode that we have. But join us next month in August for the Copa Roundup. Again, we're going to have some great information, and we're going to get a lot of great guests coming up in the future. So we hope to see you next month in August. Take care.